Hey, it's a Red Weekend, and got to talk about it. It was breaking news last night, so I'm getting this out early today. So here is a Political broke last night that the Supreme Court um, i- is basically it looks from a draft that's been leaked that a Roe versus Wade is going to be overturned. And as you can see from this article here, this is the first time in modern history that the public has seen a Supreme Court draft decision while a case was still pending. Now, here's the whole thing. Why now? Like it says here, first time in modern history this is going on. You want to know why? I'm going to show you. This is why, and I'll show you from these headlines. Here's the first one. Here's from CNN. How big will the Republican wave be this fall? All right. Here's another one from NPR. Republicans have the advantage with the voters in 2022 elections, poll finds. All right. You want to know. So if you want to know why the Democrats did this, this is why they did this. They needed something to run on. They needed a boogeyman because they're failing. Their policies are failing. Their policies are failing. Their This administration's failing, and in order to get the Democrats worked up for the midterms, they needed something. Okay, and this is what it is. And if you think I'm wrong, here's a tweet from here's a tweet from CNN. So the Democrats' motto: "Never let a crisis go to waste." Well, here it goes. Senate Democrat candidates on Monday immediately called for eliminating the filibuster and passing legislation to protect abortion rights after Politico published what it said was a draft Supreme Court majority opinion that would strike down Roe versus Wade. Now, here's the whole thing: it doesn't make abortion illegal. That's the boogeyman approach. Now, there's going to be certain states that they're going to make abortion illegal, but also at the same time, those states have to be warned. You're going to need to put an infrastructure in place to take care of unwanted children. You're going to have to make foster homes. You're going to have to, or at least encourage something in the private sector to do that, whether it's charities, Christian charities, Catholic charities, um, that used to handle foster care and um, adoptions and all that stuff. Because if you're going to ban abortion outright, then you're going to have a plan in place also for the consequences. Because just telling people celibacy is not realistic, especially in the society that we live in. So like I said, why did the Democrats do this? Because this is what they want, a repeat of these scenes. So you want to so that's basically what's going on and why excuse me, This is why the Democrats are doing this. They need something to run on. The economy's shit. Gas prices are through the roof. Inflation's through the roof. And people are angry. People who voted for Biden are are feeling um th- they're feeling disenfranchised. I mean, um they're getting none of the things that they were promised, which we all know that when presidents promise stuff, for the most part, they're talking out of their ass because they can't guarantee anything. You never know what the Congress is going to be like, and so this is what's going on. Never. Um, Actually, before I go to the Biden statement, um, let me talk about this one more time. The Senate Democrats about this with passing the filibuster. Eliminating the filibuster. Like I said, it's never let a good crisis go to waste. They are, and here's the stupidity of even them trying to end the filibuster when it comes to passing laws. Okay, they could pass this, let's say, in the summer, pass a law because they eliminated the filibuster. But here's the problem: if they lose in November, guess what happens in January? Then they they'll pass the law to remove it. Okay, let's say you're going to say um, Joe Biden vetoes it. Okay, then what? It's law for 2 years, 2 more years, and then a Republican gets in office, and then they could do the same thing. This is the stupidity of eliminating the filibuster. Okay, you're talking about how many times during the Trump presidency did the Democrats invoke the filibuster? Okay, the filibuster is the last tool of the minority party. Okay, it's the last power they're given. Um, so to me, if you want to see the harm of getting rid of the filibuster, just look at what's going on right now. Okay, Harry Reid ended the judicial filibuster. Okay, and now you people who were happy with him doing that, now you're getting this decision, and it's just the filibuster ending the judicial filibuster came back to bite you in the ass, and didn't learn. You're not learning from it. You use the courts to pass a law to get a law passed instead of passing the law. So for these people who you want abortion, pass it in your states. And some states have done it. I mean, you have like New York, California, Virginia. Off the top of my head, I know they have laws that allow you to abort until to the just before the point of birth, which is disgusting. Okay, considering my son was born at 6 months, I think it's gross because aborting at 8 months, the baby's is viable. My daughter was born at 8 months. I was born at 8 months. So to say that aborting a baby at 8 months is not murder is just despicable to me. Sorry, excuse me. Um, but that's what's going on. And here you have um, I'm going to read the president's statement real quick. It goes, "We do not know whether this draft is genuine or whether it reflects the final decision of the court. With this critical caveat, I want to be clear on 3 points about the cases before the Supreme Court. First, my administration argued strongly before the court in defense of Roe v. Wade. We said that Roe is based on a long life of precedent recognizing the 14th Amendment's concept of personal liberty against government interference with intensely personal decisions. I believe that a woman's right to choose is fundamental. Roe has been the law of the land for almost 50 years, and basic fairness and stability of our law demand that it not be overturned. Um, Slavery was legal. It went on for over 50 years. Just because the court says that something is settled precedent doesn't mean that it's not wrong. Okay. I'm still relatively, I'm pro-choice with restrictions. I don't think, like I said, up to birth is disgusting to me. I think a reasonable one, the reasonable, the irony, the most reasonable abortion law, I think, is in Florida right now. This is 15 weeks. Um, but at the same time, we live in an age, okay, where pregnancies could be prevented. I, I, I did a quick Google search and I found this on Planned Parenthood's website. Okay, birth control. It goes 18 methods. Some of them are ridiculous. I'm gonna go through the most common ones here. Look, birth control implant plant lasts up to 5 years. Okay, IUD lasts 3 to 12 years. Birth control shot, once you get it once every 3 months. Birth control vaginal vein. You put it in and take it out once a month. There's the birth control patch, replace weekly. Birth control pill, take daily. Condom, internal condom. Diaphragm, birth control sponge, spermicidal gel, cervical cap. Okay. But look at all these options that men and women have, mainly women, because if uh, mainly on women, but men, we could use condoms. Um, you don't want to have children, have a vasectomy. Okay. Um, so yeah, so I mean, there's so many different options out there of birth control, and there's one that's not on here, which I'm surprised. Um, yeah, it's not on here. You have Plan B. So let's say you weren't even planning to be sexually active, and condom breaks, or you get caught in the moment, you don't use the condom. It's Plan B. So you have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, uh, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm not going to count these other things here. 12, 13, 13, legitimate options to stop a pregnancy. The problem is abortion is not birth control. So when they talk about reproductive rights, here's your reproductive rights. You have the right to go and get birth control if you don't want to have kids. You could even, if you don't want to have kids, there you go. Sterilization, tubal ligation, the same option a man has for with a vasectomy. Okay, to say that your first option should be to, um, basically, I say it, to murder a baby is disgusting. That should not be your first option. Um, in reality, that's what's going on. I mean, you have um, you have women who are being proud of having abortions to the point where, let me see, they actually have a shirt that says, let me see here, no, um, here's a shirt that they have for sale. I think it's funny that there's a man wearing this shirt. I was quickly trying to find someone with a. Oh, here's one with a man and a woman. Come on, show me the image. There we go. So here's a shirt that you can actually buy that says I've had 21 abortions. Okay, there's shirts that just say I had an abortion. I will say this: if you've actually had 21 abortions, you're a despicable person, because there's so many ways to prevent a pregnancy. You're going to tell me having abortions when there's women who and couples who can't have kids? That's disgusting. I'm just going to click off of that because honestly, I can't see that and go, oh, that's what's going on. So we have, in this country, we have so many access to birth control. We have so many access to prevent a pregnancy, but they want to harp on abortion. Okay, and like I said, it's the point of it is they needed the boogeyman and they got it. This is what they're going to use to for the midterms to try to worsen the blow that they were going to receive. But this may help them. This may help the Democrats. This is why they leaked it, because, like I said, they've been trash for the past 18 months. The gas prices have been going up, inflation going up, food prices going up, and that's this is their Hail Mary. This is the Hail Mary that they needed in order to try not to lose in the midterms. Because it's going to galvanize people to vote, even though, let's say, New York, California, guess what? You guys don't have to worry about it. But maybe, in those states where they're passing abortion laws, maybe that's what the people want. And in those states, if they want, the majority of the people want these legislatures to pass abortion bans, then so be it. But if they don't, they'll get it in the ballot box also. Because if the majority of people there don't want an abortion ban, guess what? They'll get voted out. And that's the beauty of the system. But these people, that's not what they want. They want to push it on to everybody. And it being a national thing a national law the courts created, now each state gets to make their own choice. And that's great. That's the beauty of federalism, is if you don't like it, you could vote it out. If you can't vote it out, then you can vote with your feet and move. It may not be easy, but it's better than not liking it and having to move to a whole new country. Just put that in perspective. So, anyways, I'm Ray Rican. I'm going to leave it right there. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and give me a share. And also, you can interact with me social media. Or you could comment. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Gab, Telegram, all those sites. So, with that being said, have a good one.